Hello, I'm going to be tying my No Mercy Midge. It's a midge pupa that I designed about 13, 14 years ago. Highly effective in any tailwater, any river actually. I've fished it all throughout Colorado as well as the San Juan. But what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using a TMC 2488 hook. Normally I tie them in a size 22 or 24, but this is a little larger so you can see what I'm doing. Highly effective. I mean, I've caught thousands and thousands and thousands of fish with it. So anyway, I'm going to be using camel uni thread of 8/0 and just palmer it down. You want to go about halfway down the straight part of the shank of the hook. And then I'm going to be tying in Lagarton wire. You can use UTC extra small. This happens to be Lagarton silver extra fine. And I spin my thread, my bobbin, just to make it easier to tie material in. I can do it without it, but I find that it's just easier. And I'm not production tying, so it's not like I have to tie thousands of flies. Just start it and then just pull on the wire to get it so the tag end is covered by the thread. And you're going to take your camel thread and go past the bend of the hook all the way to the point where it's vertical. It's all the way down. And then just return it to the eye of the hook. Then I'm going to take this wire and palmer it up towards the eye of the hook. It's the segmentation of the midge. And I'm just alternating hands. And if you put 2 wraps of thread over the wire, it'll secure it so you can break it off and tie it off. I'm using Vivas 14/0 black thread. I'm going to make a head with it. And then the actual wing or the gills, I'm using CDC Tufts. Don't use the quills. It's easier to tie in if you're using the tufts. It's more pliable, so it moves more in the water. So right now, this material you can see is all flared. It's hard to tie in flared material, so just wet it. It gathers the material, and you can usually make two flies out of one tuft. Sometimes if the tufts are longer, you can make 3, but it's relatively inexpensive material. And you see, I can just lasso it. I don't have to, I don't have to move it around. I don't have to hold it extra hard. And then just take your scissors and go all the way up to the thread and just snip it. And then I'm going to build a head with this black thread. You don't want to make it too large, because the actual midge itself, the head is just a little bit larger than the abdomen. And then I tie it off in the middle of the head. That way it stays tapered. The exoskeleton of a midge is actually shiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some UV resin over the head and the abdomen of this fly. Hit it with the UV light. Cut this about 4 to 5 hook eyes. And that's it. My No Mercy Midge. It's killer. I mean, it's when people say, what's a good pattern? For me, it's not like catching 2 or 3 fish in a day. This one here on a good day, and if the fish are there, I mean, I'm talking 40, 50 fish. So very effective fly anywhere there's midges, which is pretty much every river and stream in the United States.